Extraordinary with AB Boxing News, sponsored by Drink RX. Here with the one and only Eddie Hearn. Yeah, Drink RX. How's everything, Eddie?
If you need some water and you're feeling thirsty, there's only one place to go. Drink RX. Sorry. Yeah.
Before we talk about this event, I want to get something out of the way. I talked to Mauricio Suleiman yesterday in regards to Dillian Whyte's position. Well, you're going to hear the interview yourself right now. There you go.
Against Molina in the undercard of Wilder against Stever. It happened because Wilder was going to fight Ortiz, and in the same card, Steven
I don't even have to listen to it.
scheduled and contracted to fight Brazil.
No, no, no.
Elimination.
What he's saying is correct. What they ruled, they Brazil was supposed to fight Stavern. Stavern was number one. It was a final eliminator. Okay, Brazil was like number 5 or 6. Stavern pulled out the fight, and Brazil boxed Molina, who was about number 14. Right, and they announced it as a final eliminator. And I wrote to Maurizio, so did a lot of media, and said, "Are you joking? Is this a final eliminator?" No, it's not. It's just an eliminator. But they actually ruled that Brazil, if he won, would be mandatory, but Molina, if he won, wouldn't be. So that was the catastrophic mess that they created previously, and it all stems from that. But the latest thing is not really about that. We're still campaigning against that, but we're campaigning more now that Maurizio and the WBC ordered a final eliminator for the interim world title between Brazil and Dillian Whyte, before actually they officially ordered Fury against Wilder, right? So Dillian Whyte turned down Anthony Joshua, turned down another offer from another network because he had a final eliminator for the WBC world title. Now Fury's pulled out of the Wilder deal. Brazil has just been elevated to mandatory. So what we're saying is, well, what are you going to do with Dillian Whyte? You've already ordered a final eliminator. You can't just say, sorry, mate, don't worry about it now. Yeah, because he's turned down opportunities, because he's been ordered to have a final eliminator. So we wrote to them tonight, actually. So we'll see what they say.
In terms of this event, what has this event particularly been different than any other U.S. events you guys have done?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. I think it just gelled well tonight. You need luck in everything you do. And sometimes you run a card and it looks great on paper and it doesn't really gel, or someone underperforms or someone overperforms. And tonight we got it right, actually what we should be doing, which is in fight cities. You know, no disrespect to maybe Turning Stone or Wichita. I think we need to be in cities like Philadelphia, like New York, like LA, like Chicago, and you need to try and penetrate those cities. And I think everybody that comes tonight will want to come again.
Particular name that made a special appearance was one Devin Haney. I know the media was talking about, is he going to come to the zone? And I had a special, a particular conversation in regards to the way that Triple G's deal is constructed, in terms of he has Triple G Promotions. The zone is going to broadcast some of his shows on the zone. And I asked him, is that something that he would like, knowing that he has Devin Haney Promotions? And he told me specifically, that is the only way I come to the zone, if they have Devin Haney Promotions on the zone. What's your reaction towards that?
Well, he won't be getting shows, like outside of his shows, but no problem. It can be Devin Haney Promotions and Matchroom. I mean, he's not going to get individual dates without us, but we're happy for him, his promotional company, to be involved. I think Bill Haney's done a great job in guiding him so far. He hasn't committed to a promoter or a platform, but he's probably at the level now where he needs to, and he should do, because of the marketplace. Everybody wants to sign Devin Haney. He's obviously talking to people. He's flown here today to see us, and he's going to be involved in important fights in the lightweight division, probably with Luke Campbell, probably for the WBC world title.
In the same situation as Errol Spence, would you add that type of extra bonus for like one Errol Spence, one Mikey Garcia, knowing that they both also got, Errol Spence got Man Down promotions, Mikey Garcia got his own promotions? Would that be the difference maker for them to come to the zone down the road?
Maybe. It's all a load of bullshit at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, Man Down Promotions, Lions Only Promotion. fucking hell. I mean, you know, the truth is these guys are fighters. They can be involved in the show. They're not promoters. They shouldn't try and be promoters, in my opinion. But if they want to control rights and they want to be involved in the financials of the show, no problem on that model. But don't complicate things and try and just overthink things.
I heard you in the press conference when Tevin Farmer, Joan O'Carroll was speaking, and you mentioned how Tevin Farmer needs Gervonta Davis in terms of a financial legacy and a legacy fight in terms of fighting the best. But due to politics, can you say it's unfair knowing that Gervonta's on the other side of the pond and maybe it can be made, but yet again, Tevin Farmer could continue to have great fights and can still be a legend in the sport of boxing? In terms of, so you was mentioning about that he needs, like basically saying he needs to fight Gervonta Davis to make a legacy in boxing. That kind of defining him.
They're the kind of fights, defining fights, that you can fill huge stadiums with. He can earn multi-million-dollar purses in. So they're the kind of fights that can define him. You know, this was a great fight tonight. It's not a defining fight. You know, he made great money. It's not going to secure his, you know, future and his family's future and his kids' future, but it's going to go some way to doing that. But the fights like Tank Davis are the kind of fights that do that for both of them, and any fighter should try and be in those fights. So networks, it's like the Wilder stuff, you know. If you get talked into doing something you shouldn't do by an advisor or a promoter, then that's tough luck. But if you've got enough about you to make the right decisions, then you will be in those kind of fights.
Lastly, before I let you go, I overheard your interview with Kuga IFL TV. Kuga Cassius, I don't know, I may be pronouncing it wrong. Coogan, whatever, right? You mentioned about how you've been critiqued in terms of your British fans saying that you've been more devoted, your time more in the U.S. and whatnot. But can we also make an argument that, yes, the market in America is bigger, whatnot, but can you bring also American fighters into the British market too, so you could please also the British fans out there?
It's difficult to do because of the money. Like the purses have gone crazy out here, and the only ones really capable of paying the purses are DAZN and ESPN. So the money involved in the UK doesn't really allow you to bring American fighters to the UK market unless it's a pay-per-view fight in the UK. So like you've seen, Golovkin's fought Brook, Errol Spence has fought Brook as well. You know, Charles Martin, who had the world heavyweight title at the time, boxed Joshua. Usyk came and fought Bellew. They're big pay-per-view fights, so you can do it for those, but it's a lot easier the other way around to bring the British fighters here, like Luke Campbell, like you saw tonight.
From a scale of 1 to 10, how pleased are you with DAZN thus far?
Well, how pleased am I with DAZN? 10. How pleased are we with what we're doing? 7, something like that. Tonight was a 9.5. You know, that was exactly what we want to try and do week in, week out. So, feeling good.
Thank you for your time, Eddie. See you soon. I know you got to travel everywhere.